Konnichiwa.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
And what is that line is like in the end of that movie, right? Not right at the
way at
beginning.
the very end. It's like the last line of the movie.
One of my favorite moments on ever in life is, I don't think it's right. It's the really beginning. Type in Avengers intro. Play the Tesseract. Oh, okay. Well, fuck.
First line of the fucking movie.
Never mind. Matt's here. Matt's back. Everybody.
I'm back.
Matt's here.
He's
Pete's
not
here.
dead.
He's not. He wasn't dead. Well, anyway, here Pete's gonna take over for a second because I'm still far behind because I was clearing up snow. Hey, Pete, it's your show.
Hey, so we are working on this mystery item that somebody already guessed correctly the moment I posted it. Good job to Nostalgia Unbox.
Not a real weapon, by the way.
For real, not as you can tell by the picture, unless you like carrying around mounted computer guns to wars and stuff. Pew, 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 pew. Anyway, this is the arcade gun that we are going to use for two different arcades. I'm planning on making the Terminator 2 Judgment Day arcade, as suggested by one of our previous customers. And I believe last con somebody asked about the Aerosmith arcade, so I think I'm gonna take a stab at that as well.
Nice.
This will come. I'm going to try to make a pivot system for this, so it kind of aims up a little bit, aims down, and moves side to side. That's going to be tricky. The gun is complete, so I can start prototyping that part. And as soon as I get the rocking system down, we're basically good to go. It's going to be on the same chassis. The box style arcade will have the mounted parts for the machine gun on here, which I'm still trying to figure that out, if it's going to be recessed or not, or how's that going to look. But we'll see. The next couple of days and weeks we'll be showing off like what progress we're doing on that. I also started a water tower, as suggested by 𝗖𝗽𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆, Mr. Chad himself. Boundless Brooklyn, a company used to do water towers in 1/12 scale. I don't believe they're selling those anymore. They're really hard to find, is what he was saying. So I am going to take a stab at it. I'm also introducing a new custom for this. It'll be very simple. It'll be your name that you choose to have in graffiti in sticker form in about 2 or 3 4-inch format, so you can slap on that tower. If not, we can always shorten the size of it to make it fit anything else, but it'll be a flat rate. It'll be very like a common design. I do have some like graffiti fonts that I can test out. I think I'll be asking the consumer if they're going to pick 3 or 4 colors, like a gradient and then an outline that they can choose from. There won't be a lot of kickbacks on it, so you'll get one chance to say you either like it or not, and that's about it. And that way we can keep it simple, we can keep it fun, we can keep it going, and then we'll include the sticker in your package. Still working on that. I think I have the timing down. I made one for Chad to see how he likes it. So stay tuned to his Instagram, 𝗖𝗽𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆, to see his thoughts and review on the sticker that I sent over to him. Other than that, we are still getting ready for Awesome Con, which is in 3 months. I bought this handy little bin to help sort our smaller items that we're going to have there. If you came to the last Awesome Con, we had about 15 different arcades on display, ranging from shooters to the then introduced driving arcade to large, small, and X-Men. This year, we're going to have a huge array of different items, ranging from like your construction items, your bodega items. We're going to have the paper goods, like the comics and the newspapers, newspaper vending machines, trash cans, coin ops, mail drop boxes, and tons of crates, because crates were really popular. So we are bringing back crates in several different colors. And the cool thing is we are now at a capacity where we have so many printers that they are not there on Friday or Saturday or sold out. We can bring them the next day. So don't be afraid to ask us. We'll be more than happy to oblige.
Wow.
Yeah, I just am in the process of finishing up setup on my the Cobra 3. I don't have the Cobra 3 Max is the one. Honestly, setting up the Cobra 3, I'm so excited for the Max, because setting up the Ace is really easy. Honestly, it's crazy. Just like remembering how, quote unquote, how much construction was needed between Ender V3 KE and the Cobra 2 Max. How easily assembled this was out of the box. It's literally just plugging in wires and then screwing on the print head.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, the box is big, and I know there will be construction with the Cobra 3 Max just because of how tall that thing is, but they make it so much easier compared to like when I got my first Ender 3 or even the Creality. It's crazy how much more, and we've said this a lot, but like I haven't bought a new printer for a while, like 2 years or something like that, and even just how much they've reduced the amount of what you have to put together. It's crazy. And Junkie and Crafts and Builds, thank you for coming into the chat. Hope you're doing all right tonight. And yeah, if you're in the area, absolutely come by and say hi at AwesomeCon.
I believe he's a fellow YouTuber straight out of Baltimore, so he's right down in alley. Yep.
Okay. Also, Aerosmith is actually, for some reason, I didn't think it was associated with the band, and it is. I don't understand how that involves guns at all. But and then we already know that Terminator 2 is based off the 1993 James Cameron movie.
I fucking knew you were gonna do it. 91. These running joke. These jokes are over a year old, and I love it.
So yeah, but yeah, I'm really excited to get my Cobra 3 up and running. I'm literally just finished doing it. It just did its all auto leveling and everything like that. So I'm curious to get some stuff printed. I've been working on a few different designs. For some reason, one of them is something that would be resin printed, and being in an apartment, resin printing is the last thing I want to do. Just because the fumes and cleanup and everything like that. But like, part of me is still interested in it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we were talking about resin last chat. PLA or FDM printing has come a long way. That the smoothness and the detail is not as quite as good as resin, but it's getting there. It really is getting there. That's beautiful. Look at that. So that's what I'm planning on working on.
I never played the arcade version, but I played the ports of that game.
I'm excited to tackle this because it's going to be quite the challenge to try to make this. I try to design the arcades to fit your Import 6 all the way up to McFarlane 7, which is why it has the angled arcade board on a lot of these. So I'm interested to see if I can get that to sit at a height that'll be reachable by an Import 6.
Interesting. Bambu, I honestly considered looking into Bambu lab printers for a little while. I actually just saw a video the other day where, despite what we've talked about in previous discussions about RFID chips on printing spools, Bambu actually does use those. And they have, I forget exactly what it was, but basically there are 16 different keys that they could use to encrypt their proprietary spools. It's already been hacked. The algorithm's already been cracked. So people are able to bypass that and just reprogram it as whatever the hell they want. And there's actually kind of a debate going on between using proprietary RFIDs on spools or just making it open source. And obviously nearly every consumer wants it to be open source, because the idea of having and being stuck into proprietary filament on printers is an abysmal concept, because anyone who likes to print likes specific filament for different things. Like 𝗖𝗇 also doesn't have a printer. Like it's not owned by Anycubic or anybody else as far as I know. So like you wouldn't be able to use 𝗖𝗇 unless you were somehow managed to bypass that RFID. But luckily people have hacked or cracked the encryption for the Bambu RFIDs, and they can just go and scan it and assign it to whatever filament they want to. This is also possibly just an issue. I don't know exactly, because I'm not familiar with Bambu. I don't know exactly where this issue lies beyond the idea of using multiple spools in one. Like if like the Cobra 2 Max, if Anycubic decided to do something with RFID, it wouldn't make sense because you could just scan the same damn thing. You're printing in one color. I think it really becomes an issue when you have to have it differentiate one spool from another, as like the Cobra 3, where it has to recognize spool 1, 2, 3, and 4 by a unique identifier. And if it's doing that with RFIDs on like a Bambu printer, then yeah, it differentiates them, I guess, but they're spool numbers anyway. I don't know. It's weird, but basically, I was concerned when I learned that there were companies out there like Bambu and probably others who were almost trying to lock down what you could use on their printers. And like, that's counterintuitive to the whole idea of 3D printing. Like the whole purpose is to make stuff because you want to design it or you want to 3D print. Like, yeah.
What's your experience with the 𝗖𝗍 so far? Have you had, I know we were both in the dark about the RFID situation. Is there RFID for the 𝗖𝗍?
It doesn't look like it.
Cool.
There were a few videos where I saw talking about that, but I don't know. I didn't see anything about that setting it up. I haven't even done the test print yet. It literally just finished auto leveling the bed. I had to do a lot of rearranging in my apartment to make space for it because it takes up a considerable amount of space. Like the printer itself is a little bit smaller footprint than the Ender 3 V3KE. And then the 𝗖𝗍 itself isn't huge, but it's like the size of a large toaster, or maybe like the size of an air fryer or something like that. And then you have all the little Bowden tubes that plug into the back of it, and they give you plenty of space there. But like, it's kind of annoying because the Bowden tubes give you a lot of lax, but then the actual input that plugs into from the rear of the 𝗖𝗍 into the front of the printer only has so much leeway. So like you could put it further out if you wanted to, but I don't know. I kind of wish the Bowden tubes were a little bit smaller in some cases, because right now there's that whole, they're like 15 inches long or something like that, at least. And that's a lot of filament that's just spiraling up to the printer. There is a sensor that tells you when it's like out, but like, I don't know. It's
Very
weird.
nice. So I wonder if there's a third-party extender for that cable that you're talking about already.
There might be honestly, it's not a super complex cable. It's a 4-port to a 6-port. There might be an equivalent out there.
Nice.
But again, I don't know how long I don't know how far out you'd actually want it to be, because again, you have like, literally I'm talking about a difference of maybe 5 inches. It's not that much of a concern. And I think it's more so just play for you to be able to move the thing around. Yeah, the other thing that was really nice about the Cobra Max is I got it for like half that.
Oh my God, I had a heart attack.
Bambu, Junkian, if you're still there, I'm not familiar with Bambu printers.
Wow.
I've seen videos of people doing prints on them and they look awesome. But yeah, there are some concerns I had, especially because I also saw people that weren't a huge fan of their customer support. And not so much me, but like Pete's definitely had to talk to like Anycubic about support for different things, even with, and honestly, I think customer support's huge in any company. It doesn't really matter.
So I've been 3D printing for like, I would say since the Ender 3 came out, where it was, usable outside of the box, but still required a lot of tweaking. So I learned a lot of basic engineering and coding just from owning that printer itself. So when it comes to like troubleshooting printers, I'm okay with it. I don't mind getting my hands dirty because I kind of understand the ins and outs of it. What the Bambu was announced and came out, I understand that there's a step up in quality with regards to that. But I kind of avoided it because I was like, I could save so much money because I understand how the engineering aspect of it works. And I think there's a trade with that. So I'm losing out on what could potentially be better quality and less worry. But at the same time, I'm able to afford a larger printer. I think the Max is 4 times the size of the Bambus here in that aspect. And then they include the Ace. So we were able to pick up the Cobra 3 Max, which is going to be a 420 by 420 by 500 for $599 in that respect, with the Ace combo printer on the side, which is beautiful.
I can honestly, setting up the Cobra 3, I cannot wait for the Cobra 3 Max. They print amazing. Yeah, they Uncle Jesse, other people I've seen on Instagram, because like I just killed time and brain rot a bit there. I've seen a lot of really good prints coming out of Bambu. Honestly, even just the cheaper versions like the P1 and everything like that compared to the X1, which is what we're looking at here. Yeah, like they really do have a great print quality. The
CR10, yeah, good to the S1S. Yeah, those will teach you. I swear, they'll either make you give up or you'll keep on trying and work through it. So
I have my CR10 over there. I don't touch it.
Yeah, my print room right now, I'm clearing the second shelf to get ready for more printers. I'm looking at an enclosed one, not that I need it or want it, but just in case we get to that point, because I think they're announcing like a PLA alternative that I'm looking at, which is double in price, but supposed to be as strong as ABS and prints as easily as PLA. So
did I send you that hardcore material video?
That might have been it. I don't know.
Where they had like the forklift roll over it?
No, I think I saw one where the guy was bending aluminum and comparing that.
Yeah, okay, it's that video. You didn't watch the whole thing. At the end, they finally got a forklift to roll over that little thing they made, and that's what broke it. Like, it didn't take the forklift, but that they just were like, we need to break this thing, and they were like,
that's what finally did it.
Yeah, dude, that filament looks great, but I think that's going to need an enclosure. I mean, honestly, you want an enclosure for anything that's really beyond. That's too far beyond. I think like even ABS, you typically want to have an enclosure. I don't mess with too many materials. But that's also like, that's another, going back to the Bambu thing. Like that's another, the Bambu X1 is a closed printer. So it's nice to have that option when you can, it's nice to have that option when you are using like ABS or something.
I'm glad that Pete smiled on that one, because that is
that's a concern. Junkian, look into the RFID crack. There are people who cracked the RFID that Bambu was using, and a lot of people in that same. I
was just about to say that. It sounds like they're trying to be like the Apple.
I don't think I sent the video to our chat, but I watched the video, and people in the comment section was like, "So they're just trying to be Apple." There are people who cracked the algorithm for the RFID that Bambu uses, so you might be able to look into that and figure out a way to bypass that, because that's just insane. And in that same video I'm talking about, they were talking about switching over to an open source RFID thing, because otherwise people will just crack it. Like it's honestly stupid for them to spend time and money to try and lock down their products and defy the purpose of 3D printing and piss off their fans, and then just make something that's going to get cracked anyway. I don't know. I mean, I hate AI, but people will spend 2 gallons of water to just get AI to eventually crack it. Yeah, absolutely. Because it's insane to just not, like, I bought another example is the stupid Anycubic 3. The one that I'm excited, the 𝗀𝗲𝗃, what I'm really excited about, though they did the whole deal with Pantone for the colors, but like they're 4 colors. Give me more colors. Like I don't mind using their filament because it's decent, but like I need to print in something other than Easter colors. Like give me more options.
So be careful with those companion apps also, because the Anycubic has a similar cloud service that allows you to print over the Wi-Fi. But the thing is, they hold that 3D print file. And most of us are just people downloading files off the internet for free. But in my situation, I am making these files myself. So I do not want to upload anything that's proprietary. And then they have a copy of that, that they can do whatever they want.
Speaking of which, you should really read the updated user license agreement for, I don't know, all Adobe Photoshop programs.
Oh, God.
Because
God, you'll never use them again.
Yeah, you'll stop because they own anything you create in them.
If you draw a line on it and hit save, it's not yours anymore.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Like egregiously.
Yeah. Definitely. Anyone and this is anyone who uses Adobe Suite. I'm not sure exactly what products are covered in that. I know it's going to be Photoshop because that's a huge one, but in their user license agreement, there's actually something that basically says they could use it for machine learning. They can go back to it and use it for potentially proprietary purposes of their own. It's bullshit, and it's really fucked that anyone who owns a creative suite, anyone who uses a creative suite should be able to hold their own thing without worrying about some fucking huge company stealing it. And yes, Adobe is actually doing that. So yeah, anyone who uses Adobe Suite programs, consider looking into the user license agreement. What I saw made me pretty determined. Was it Lightroom also? Okay. I knew it was more than one thing. I wasn't sure what suite because it wouldn't surprise me if it was like After Effects and anything else. So yeah. Just look into user agreements for anything that you're doing. It's really, really obnoxious the way that
me particularly, I'm not creating anything like logos for companies or anything to that extent. Most of my stuff is like day to day, but I can understand exactly where you're coming from, because it would suck to spend like your heart and soul on trying to build up like a certain brand for yourself, and then that be taken away by Adobe, which is wild.
Yeah, it's really shitty. Yeah, Misty, I came back swinging this week. Last week, I had to talk like this.
Yeah.
But tomorrow I'm hoping to get another round of antibiotics and really flush this shit out of my system and then be good to go. No, Junkian, I'm welcome in. We want people to engage with us. We don't get to talk about all this 3D printing stuff, and like these are actual conversations that are worth having. So don't be worried about Shanghaiing the conversation or anything like that. One man can't Shanghai the boat. It works the other way around. If you know anything about Shanghaiing. Yeah, Dan, do you know much about Shanghaiing?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole practice of Shanghaiing was insane. They would basically go out to port cities, get people fucked up, bring their drunken asses back to the boats and sell them to the boat captains for labor. Then they would go out and get more people. That's how they used to supply boats with people, because nobody wanted to do it. And the only way to do it was to get people who were really good at kidnapping drunk people and selling them to pirate or to ships. Not pirates. They don't practice not just pirates. It was actual companies that traded stuff. But America and the world, fucking awesome.
Really if they still practice that, we wouldn't have to worry about their jabs. Just kidnap drunk people. No? All right. I tried. Wait, extend this. I have another forklift rest that's coming. Come on. I've been working on this for 5 minutes. I really
want to talk about that filament. That stuff was awesome. I forget what it was called. It was like TT.
You talking about the PPA?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, PPA filament.
It was TTCP. You know me. No, TTCP is what is that? It's a transfer protocol. That's network language, Dan.
Give me that one. Yeah. I got it.
No, what was that? Let me pull it up because It was very interesting, and I think it's still kind of prototype phase. Actually, there's a really cool looking tool that I saw.
I'd be more interested in like an alternative that is easy to print like PLA, but is able to resist UV and weather. So that way I could use it for a lot more.
ppacf is what it was.
Carbon fiber, CF?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 3D printing professional carbon reinforcement filament, ppacf. It can sustain a deflection temperature of 227 degrees Celsius, or if you're in the States, 440.6 Fahrenheit. They were strength testing it versus aluminum, and it was bending or breaking at like 209 pounds of like pressure. I think it was insane. Honestly, on the reverse side of the spectrum, I saw a video the other day where someone was making cosplay stuff out of like this printable foam, and I'm like, that is so awesome. They took it off the bed, then they took scissors and cut out like the parts that weren't needed, and they went and put it on their head. It's a 3D print. It's malleable. It's basically like foam. Like 3D printing is going so far, and it's amazing to see. I really love it.
All right, before we
that and like molds. I'm waiting for molds to be at a point where we could do it at home and it's not as deadly or dangerous or time consuming.
I'm still waiting for. Well, they
already do it, Misty.
They already have 3D printers that use chocolate. So
yeah, chocolate.
They 3D print houses, and there's so much more environmentally, and they're better than normal houses. They're built in ways that are better for the environment, but they're also more considerate of energy use. They're better at staying cool. They're better at staying warm. And because it's really looking at how you set up the house, you're able to kind of lay everything out the way you want to. Yeah, no worries. I mean, Pete was talking about his little kids before we went on. So thanks for stopping in. If you're not able to come back, we're going to start talking about toys soon anyway. But yeah, thanks for coming in, Junkie. And have a good
Thank you. Have a good night.
I've been thinking about this ever since you said they killed it with a forklift.
Nice.
Try to kill me with a forklift. Huzzah!
GalaxyCon, I think, is in Richmond.
I think that's Richmond. Yeah, it's
because I think my friend
Richmond
went last year.
It's Richmond or I was going to say like Norfolk or something.
It's somewhere not too far. But
why are we not using this for people for more mainstream? I think that's what the question is, Misty.
It's not standardized as a practice yet. I don't know. I forget what they print the houses out of because it's not concrete, because concrete is a finite resource, believe it or not. But yeah. Anyway, I digressed.
Is it like the old Sears catalog homes?
No.
Do you remember? Do you know what that? You know what I'm referencing, right?
No.
I'm not being sarcastic at all. They used to sell houses at a Sears catalog, and they're finding out that some of these houses were built stronger than
you could still buy houses in a box off Home Depot or Lowe's, and if you're gonna do it, buy it off Lowe's because they didn't support Trump.
Yeah, that's also true.
And actually, they're kind of fucking cool. I've considered like getting a patch of land and then getting a concrete slab and then getting one of those houses, but I own too much shit, so like I need a bigger house than that. What was I talking about before?
We're gonna need more slabs.
Slabs! I always used to like saying slab from Borderlands.
Have you
fuck, what was I talking about?
Sorry.
Which part? I mean, you were all over the place. You were talking about homes from Sears, slabs, owning too much shit.
Before I went into 3D printed houses.
No. That's not what I want.
3D printing is blowing up in so many cool ways, and it's really cool to see it going on and be part of it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely.
That should be. I agree with Misty. That should be something that we should
They started it. They started talking about it. I want to say about 7 years ago about testing how the 3D homes being printed works. I haven't really heard too much on it since then, but I've also haven't been as active in reviewing that stuff as I used to.
Right.
I just wanted to do this now that we have Matt back. This is nothing. There's no joke here. I've been waiting to do this all week. And before we get into the toys, I wanted to take over real quick. And I wanted to watch him look at this.
Thank you for
I already saw it.
time.
You're what?
It's not entirely.
I said play along for the show. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, let's talk about it while it's on mute. Hey, the new Daredevil trailer popped.
Dan, you're not allowed to talk about it.
See, the difference between you and me is I push up my friends and things they like. And I was excited to hear you excited about it. And he tells me to shut up. So
I'm worried they're going to kill off one of the buddies, man.
You two talk about it. I'll leave.
No, you don't have to leave.
Dan really needs to watch seasons 1 to 3.
I was gonna say, well, seasons 1 through all.
Shut up. Man, there are parts of me that are worried about things.
You're not worried about him, are you?
Daredevil? Punisher?
Yeah. Is it Daredevil?
Bullseye?
No, I'm being told. I'm hoping that it ties into the greater MCU. Like this is not strictly just for the show. So they bring in the adamantium plot. They bring in like Kingpin as mayor for New York moving forward, like that kind of.
I think it's definitely going to tie in. We've already seen Charlie Cox in Spider-Man: No Way Home, and I know that he was bummed because the theater didn't erupt into applause about that. But dude, that's when I walked into the movie and I was like, "Holy fuck!" Goddamn traffic. But no, so much about this is wonderful. It's weird to see James Gandolfini's son. Also, something's going to go on with White Tiger because the actor died in 2023.
After filming it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, what? I didn't hear that.
The actor who was playing White Tiger in this, he passed away after filming it. Also, filming for the second season of Born Again is starting in like February of this year. So I'm fucking stoked. But I'm also curious about like things they're gonna bring back. Like I can't remember what happens. No, Elektra. Never mind. Okay.
I'll leave here.
Oh, he died of cancer.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Wow,
cool. That's wild. Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a Puerto Rican superhero, I think, right?
Is that what it is? Well, because
what a garbage superhero.
In Jessica Jones, they referenced Bianca Del. What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I said he was a garbage superhero.
Stop trying to flame me, fucking Dan. I got you.
Sorry.
And
no,
wasn't Bianca Del Toro's from Parks and Rec? Who was? They make a reference to a female hero in Jessica Jones.
So this is going to continue then. This is not just one season.
No, they already talked about shooting season 2.
God damn it. Stop so I can catch up. I'm kidding. No, I was going to say, even though I haven't seen it, Matt's
you know what
not
you
the
could
only
do.
one that wait. Hold that thought. Wait.
Okay.
Wait till I hear where I'm going with this. Matt is not the only one that has talked very highly of the show. I know it's something that I'm missing, and I know I'm going to watch episodes and go, what the fuck was I waiting for? I know that's happening. But even I was pumped when I saw, because I know who the fuck he is. When he showed up.
Dude, the trailer is amazing.
And Spider-Man, when he showed up, I was like, good. I hope he comes in. I want him, get him involved. And then whatever is going on, I'm like, you better keep him part of this.
Honestly, there's a lot of pressure on them to get this right because Netflix's Daredevil is pretty celebrated, I think. Like, I don't know of many people that talked poorly about it. And Dan, it's really weird for me to say this and for you to hear it, but there are a lot of people who are harsher on things than I am.
Oh no, I no,
And
I
it's really stupid.
I know. I've met Ghostbusters fans. Thank you. Not that that's the pinnacle.
Well, like,
saying I know what you mean.
Yeah, there's a lot of there. It's part of me is worried, but a lot of me is just way too excited for this. I hope they match the pacing. The violence looks like it's there. They were saying that it might even be like more violent, which I don't think is necessary, but I'm open to them having that mentality because I want them to not hold back on the show. Because the Netflix one, I think there are a few times where they had to play it safe due to budgetary limitations and just to kind of keep it grounded, because the Netflix Defenders shows were much more street level. They weren't insane. Like, they reference the Avengers in a few scenes where Wesley's like, well, unless someone comes in with a giant hammer, we don't have to worry about it. But they were meant to. It was meant to stay street level, and that's the other thing that's also weird about this is that it's a huge deal because we're bringing back Daredevil, but again, Daredevil deals with more street. Like, it's the whole Heroes for Hire, the Midnight Suns. They're not like the Avengers. They deal with that street level vigilante threat.
It doesn't everything doesn't have to have the universe to balance.
This sometimes the stakes are there, but like it doesn't necessarily get to an Avengers level threat. Though I would say in some instances it might, but because of the manner that it goes through, it doesn't seem that way. Or it's able to maintain a lower level on the radar. Essentially, they're not fighting a whole robot army on a giant floating city in the sky for Pete to cry about.
It's true. I will cry. What I was going to suggest, Dan, and make it fun, was do maybe like live Twitch streams of you watching and reacting to Daredevil.
Watch to get people to watch at that point.
I'll jump on with you. I'll watch that shit. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I got to. What were you going to say?
That was it.
You said watch something. I thought he was going to add something.
No, he's talking about me crying over a floating city.
I made a reference to Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron. Yeah, no, it's a great movie, and I don't know what Pete's crying about. It's a great movie. I think what's saved it. You know what, Pete? What the fuck's your problem? No, oh boy, no. I've
already griped about it enough, so I'm good. Of course, I love it as a fan. Don't get me wrong, but there are some issues.
I mean, yeah, but I have issues with the last Ghostbusters movie. Only 2.
It's not perfect, but I really just enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, just I just had fun.
Yeah.
You know? Not everything has to be Skeleton Crew. I haven't seen it yet, but the Skeleton Crew is getting the highest critic ratings ever. Now, fuck the critics. I hate Rotten Tomatoes and I hate score aggregates. I fucking loathe them. But it's also getting the lowest view ratings.
That last episode was tough.
From viewers?
Yeah.
I mean, for me to watch, I really enjoyed the series up until like how they closed the episode out.
And it's just like whatever I start getting fired up about it again. And it's the same thing I tried to do with Ghostbusters now after Frozen Empire. And it's like the 6th rated, highest rented and watched movie on, in the world last year. It's a movie where people chase ghosts with portable nuclear accelerators. It's fine. Settle down. This show and this universe, it takes place in the past with space swords and laser swords in space. I don't have to not everything has to be critiqued like Leonard Maltin. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. If you want to do that, go ahead. I don't mean you, Pete. I mean, this kind of actually segues into what you wanted to talk about was fandom complaints, and this is on the toy side and something we've touched upon before.
My complaint about Star Wars is, why are we hearing about a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away?
Far away, yeah.
I want to hear about that galaxy far, far away right now.
Now? Well, I mean, by the time it is technically right now because the light speed gets to us. I don't know.
That's not how that works.
Shut up. I know.
But
I was trying to tie it in.
I still wouldn't really care that much.
Yeah, because you're not have you even seen the TV show? You don't care in that way. You're like,
yeah, he's not a huge Star Wars guy. Rogue One is amazing.
Rogue One is amazing. I fucking love that movie. Oof.
Gareth,
But I also think. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think I watched that Vader scene in 4K like 10 times.
Dude,
it's the best Vader scene.
I just wish they would do more with Vader in that vein. Like,
the
show him in his
is
prime.
That's the problem though, is you can't, because Vader in his prime was the original trilogy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was, but now it's technically.
Hey, don't make that face, because
no, I'm agreeing.
It takes place right after Rogue One.
Yeah, that's the problem with time, though. That's the whole thing, because by the time we get to the end of Return of the Jedi, he's an old dying man.
Well, that's the problem. No, that's not the problem with time. That's the problem with being thrown into a fucking volcano.
You could still do a whole storyline about Vader hunting down the Jedi.
Yeah, that's all I mean. I just want to see that.
And that actor has signed on to do a lot more shit.
Christensen?
Hayden Christensen, yes.
You know how happy I am that he's getting his just due, and I wish Ahmed Best would also get his just due. Because Ahmed Best, the guy who's Jar Jar. But I don't mean just like, oh, good, he's doing okay. The man deserves a little more than that, because the man was like, what's the word I'm looking for, Matt? Castrate?
Ostracized?
Ostracized is a better word. For doing a voice in the movie.
But he got his flowers when he did. What was the last Star Wars show?
I know what you mean.
Right now, the Skeletal Crew?
The one with the twins. He was in that. It was great.
Oh, yeah. The one.
Why can't I think of it?
Stupid one that he just was talking.
The Acolyte.
Yeah.
The Acolyte. Thank you, sir. I loved that one, by the way. I wish I
loved Acolyte.
Yeah.
I need season 2. There's no reason not to have a season 2. I don't want to hear about viewers and Kathleen Kennedy. I don't want to hear her fucking name mentioned one more fucking time.
See, that's the problem with the subscription model.
That is, I mean,
that's really the problem with the subscription.
You are correct. That is correct.
They used to, I don't know, they used to write a pilot and then order a show based off that. It kind of changed a little bit, because like shows like The Office, which exploded, they ordered the first episode, then they bought the second episode, then they didn't buy the rest of the season until like the third episode, I think. And even season 2 of The Office, they bought like 2 episodes, and then they ordered like 2 more, and then 3 more. And then finally, by the time they got to like episode 8 or 9, they were like, okay, give us the rest of this season. And then it was secure. Those people never knew that they had a job. Now, the problem is when you have a model that works on subscriptions, nobody gets that chance. Everyone has a job, and because the product's already bought, and then they basically just have to either look for work or they just wait till it gets picked up for another season. And if you work for Netflix, I mean, just do a season and then get a new job, because your chances
something else quick
stick around. And especially if you make it to season 3, just assume that you're done and go somewhere else.
Now, on the same
Bills are leading the Ravens.
On the same token, I'll be happy if I get 2 or 3 seasons of Ghostbusters animated.
It's only going to go that far, I think.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with a couple seasons.
Amazon's a little different, but like Netflix is really bad about subscriptions. They're basically like a bunch of fucking cokeheads.
It's really this double-edged sword where you have all this right at the palm of your hand, literally at your fingertips. But at the exactly what I was about to say. I love having all of this available, but it's dead with streaming. I love having access to all this, but at the same time, the streaming model, I mean, if Daredevil was appointment TV, I would have planned it out better. I just, streaming has ruined my viewing because of my ADHD. I just can't fucking keep up at all. It's just bad. And there's also monetary and quality reasons.
Well, one of the
Bring it
things
from-
that Disney does that I actually like is they do release a physical copy of.
No, I'm serious. Wait. Hold, sorry, Matt. Mr. Fuckhead over here, full of shit. I'm not full of shit.
If the title was Daredevil Ghostbusters, you'd be like, "Oh shit, I saw all the seasons yesterday, bro. It was crazy."
Well, that's what I'm saying. I prioritize things differently. Ghostbusters gets pushed to the top of every list. Doesn't matter.
I'm gonna start Googling relations to Ghostbusters to Daredevil, like eight degrees of separation to make you.
There,
watch
I
it.
believe there is an article, if I look deep enough on Ghostbusters News, where there's a background reference to
It's not even that
Ghostbusters
far.
Daredevil.
Don't Ghostbusters have a crossover with the Ninja Turtles?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Years
that's
ago.
the same ooze that made Daredevil blind. So fuck.
Yeah, it's true.
Why are you yelling at me? I didn't do it.
Daredevil
But,
fights the hand. The turtles fight the foot.
Daredevil was basically blinded
Daredevil-
by ectoplasm, Dan, and you haven't
Good.
watched his show?
Good. I'm
Daredevil's
glad.
master is Stick. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is Splinter.
Shut up, Pete.
I swear to God, no. Like if you ask Kevin Eastman and
True.
Peter Laird, they will
There's a
admit.
character in Daredevil named Stick, played by Scott Glenn. He's Daredevil's mentor.
Scott
watch
Glenn, the
show.
actor?
Yes.
I love Scott Glenn. I'm going to watch
You-
Daredevil tonight. Scott Glenn was in Backdraft. I
Dan,
made a connection.
Dan,
Yeah.
Dan, the moment you watch episode 1 of Daredevil,
I know. I said that. But without, crucifying me any further, let's get back to the subject. please,
Crucifying?
goddammit.
It's more like hard recommended.
Sarcastic. You're like holding my balls above the fire. You better watch it. No. You were mentioning how pilots used to be ordered. I always bring up Star Trek in this order. The original one, nothing recent, was the original Star Trek. Produced the whole pilot, got it viewed by the Paramount, and they were like, "We're not buying this, but do another one." And
Well,
ordered a second pilot.
that's
And that's why we have Bill Shatner and
that's what else is crazy about pilots is like Community or even that 70 show. If you watch the pilot episode, you're like, okay. And then halfway, just a few episodes later, like, why are these characters entirely different? Because the pilot was what they wanted to sell. And then the rest is just the way that everything came down in writing. Like it's funny to look at like that, especially when you look at over the seasons, because especially after season 1, or if it's something that's written, like if they don't have the full season written out and they do writing as the show goes on, that's when you really see the changes because now they're reacting to the viewers. So mostly around season 2, that's where you notice the big changes because everyone who complained about a character in season 1, okay, in season 2 we're gonna change their whole side story going on because the viewers don't like it. And that's the other thing that's really funny about View. Like, well, that even happens now, but like not as much because Dan fell off.
I was gonna say you and I had that whole thing with Community.
I was watching a wrestling injury. Holy shit.
Well, I mean, look at Britta, Dan, Pete.
Yeah, I hated the first 2 episodes, and usually I watch the first 2 episodes when I'm trying to give a show a chance. And then Matt was like, "No, you'll really like Community." I was like, "No, I saw it. It sucks." He was like, "Just give it one more chance." And I just sat there and I fucking binged it. It was amazing.
I remember the one time I came over and we were just hanging out, and I told you about that episode with Dungeons and Dragons, and you hadn't seen it because Netflix pulled it off because of blackface. It's not really blackface. He's a dark elf. He paints himself literally black and wears a white hair wig. And they even address it in the episode show. It's like, oh, you're saying ignore that hate crime. He's like, I'm a drow, a dark elf. But basically, we're watching the episode, and Pete's like, this is an amazing episode. We had to watch it on Amazon Prime or something because
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah.
it's pulled up. Actually, it's back up on Peacock, I think. But Pete was like, this is a great episode.
Even the seasons that Dan Harmon wasn't there, I was a fan of.
That was only the fourth. That was only the 4th season. He came back for 5 and 6. Although by 5 and 6, the show was pretty much kind of half dead.
Yeah.
To be fair, because there are definitely episodes that are not great. even more so in season 6, I would say. But like, part of the problem with season 5 for me is it's like they knew early on that Troy was going to leave, and they just have this inevitable progression that just, what is it? You have he leaves by episode 5 or something like that. It's
On
just
a boat.
yeah.
He announces that he's going to be Gambito, and he leaves.
Yeah, what is his? I forget what his boat's called. It's a reference to that's the Childish Tycoon, instead of the Childish Gambino. I think that's what it's called.
It's actually very funny.
I
like that.
But yeah, going back to kind of something we were talking about earlier, for some reason I randomly wanted to watch Batman versus Superman again, and I was thinking about what Jesse Eisenberg said with it, like how it hurt his career, and I definitely don't really agree with that. But like, I keep like kind of shitting on Eisenberg's portrayal of Lex Luthor, and it's not necessarily that's the problem. It's the way he was written that's really the problem. And who wrote it? Zack Snyder. So,
well, it's also casting. I mean, you could have had the same role, same actor, or a different actor, and he could have just put a different spin on it. Like when I watch Suicide Squad with Jared Leto, I don't think Jared Leto knew that his costume was going to be so fucking ridiculous.
He did.
Or that the Joker
Jared Leto was a huge asshole in the production of that movie. He went method acting and like had a dead pig delivered to the set. Like
Jared Leto, you are not Daniel Day-Lewis, and I'll
Jared Leto is a fucking moron in production of that movie, but they definitely used him to sell the movie, which was bullshit.
But I was really good in Blade Runner.
Well, I also recently rewatched Lord of War, and he's kind of funny in that because he gets hooked on coke and like he escapes and like he does his whole, I forget what country they're from, but he does like a whole outline of the country and cocaine. He's like, if we start here, we can end over here. Come on, brother. He's like, you'll be dead by the time you make it to the city or something like that, because he wants to do like this giant line of coke. Too many cocaine references on the podcast tonight. Sorry.
Coke, yeah. But this also ties back into toys, and I don't want to reference the actual example we were going to cite. We cited offline, but complaining, certain complaints are a bit of a stretch. Like, I'm just going to say it, Pete. Eyesight's lining up. Sight lines lining up, I guess is the right word I'm trying to use. Or stuff. I don't know. I agreed with you until I saw the price tag of that figure.
Does it have a price?
Yeah.
Is there actually a decided price on? So we're talking about the Marvel.
I'll bring it up. I'll bring
Legends
up the video
Maximum series.
Marvel Maximum line.
Yeah.
Which is a joke to me. I laughed the moment that you sent the link.
Marvel Legends Maximum, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's their way to compete with the imports that are coming in with
try and compete. Now I will say they have the imports beat on accessories.
Their step up in articulation lately has been great.
That's fine because that's also, especially in a figure like Spider-Man, that's the first one they're going to do. You need Spider-Man to articulate, but part of the problem is it's still it's still a Hasbro figure. This is not a Maximum figure. This is just an upcoming build.
But still, like this is a step in the right direction. If you look at their, how they've been doing stuff lately, they've been doing like photorealistic prints on the face. They've updated to pinless joints. They've added butterfly joints to most of the women. They've been doing fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. They all showcased it in the same video. Sorry.
No, you're fine. It's honestly, even go back a moment. That kind of looks good. It's still not the right pose though. To be fair, the only one I think that can actually get into the pose is like an SHF from back in the day, because they put in a special swivel in his hips that allow it to like sling forward. Shut up.
I wonder if the mafex could do it because they have the drop down legs too. So Oh,
It's
that's good.
it's
that's
still
impressive.
hard, but like honestly, it's for any figure, it's gonna be a real challenge, and I accept that. And like this, it looks good, but it's still just to me, it's still gonna be a Legends figure. I might pick one up just to see if it's.
When's the last time you've collected a Legends?
I bought one. I randomly pick up some of them. The Venom Pool.
Oh yeah, but that's like an old Build-A-Figure re-release.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out like if you're stepping into like more of their I would say the last year, like anything recent.
I picked up like Wolverine or something like that.
Okay, that'd be a good call.
Yeah, well, I picked up. I think it was Wolverine and Rogue actually. I picked up from the X-Men '97 because they looked really good.
Okay,
That face looks so bad.
I'm looking at the ab crunch that they have. They should have went barbell joint with that. Why didn't they? Wait. Is that a double?
Yeah, so he has an abdominal in his rib cage, and then he has like right above his belly button. Well, his belly button going to his hips. He does have that 90, or it could go 90. I'm guessing.
Yeah, they should have went barbell with that. They should have did like a cut at the waistline where the underwear line meets, I guess, or the red line meets, and then do the barbell like they have been doing. Like I don't understand why they went crunch on that. It's okay. This is the first one. I'm sure they're gonna do gangbusters with this anyway.
I think that they do a good amount of accessories with it, and as much as I love mafex, they do kind of. They don't have even SHF kind of. They don't have the best number of accessories with the figures. Like they'll give you a change of hands. It depends what character it is, but typically they don't go crazy. Like the spider sense thing is actually a pretty cool effect to have. I don't know how this one's actually going to look. Like if you're trying to take pictures with it or anything like that, but I don't know. Now, Dan, what was the price point on this?
I that's what I'm looking for. It was right in the.
I saw people speculating 35 or 40.
I think it was 59. God damn it! I just saw the friggin' thing.
Is that official?
That's the problem. I don't remember because it's while I was gathering the links for the show.
You said 59. I would have said 49 max.
No. I was thinking it was going to cost at least 50.
So we're kind of caught in the middle here.
49.
So with the incoming tariffs that are going to be placed on imports,
tomorrow,
this is the time for them to really take advantage of that. This is a domestic product.
It's a domestic product, but it's still made overseas. Is there going to be tariff on the shipment over back to the United States? Absolutely.
Yeah. Bring this one up.
Are they prepping for that? Is that why that could be it? That why it's $60? I didn't think about that. It's a good call.
I was kind of wondering like if they're going to leverage that because I mean the tariffs aren't. I don't know that it's going to be just a level across the board tariff, but like
that's import price now.
What?
That's an import price now. $60.
Yeah.
Man, that's tough. It's a tough pill to swallow.
Yep. Because it's still not a mafex, and it has that.
And that was the complaint.
I stand by that complaint.
Do you? Because the eyes being far apart look fine to me. If you look at some depictions of the comic, it's similar. But I could see what he's saying, but I don't think that should be the reason you don't buy this figure. The reason you don't buy this figure is that stupid unmasked head. And then the fact that it's $60. For that, you go with the mafex. Seriously.
Yeah,
it's a better looking figure.
Mafex, you don't get an unmasked head.
Yeah, you do.
Not the one I have. Not the one I have.
What? Dan, could you pull up a mafex Spider-Man, please?
Do it now. 5, 4.
I think this wins in accessories as far as the web shield. and the web sprays, because I think the mafex only comes with the straight webbing, right?
No, it definitely comes with less stuff.
I wouldn't say it's less. It's a lot of the same. So there's like a short webbing, a medium webbing, a long webbing, and then there's like 2 of each one, which is great, right? However, the bendy wire webs that you could make yourself are always an option. I have a couple of those lying around the house, where they can look more like the McFarlane spaghetti string looking. Oh, shit.
I just walked over and found it.
Hey!
I don't have that version. Okay. That's what I was going to ask, is which version you're talking about.
Oh, that's a good question. Does the comic version come with the unmasked?
This one doesn't. This is the classic costume version. Does not come with the unmasked. It comes with like a angrier head sculpt, but then just a bunch of hands and some webs. Let me crack this open. Shut up, phone.
That's a good way to make me buy both, which I did. I think I have all 3. I have the Venom, the comic, and then the shinier suit that they released.
Web accessories.
Tons of webs, but just not variation. And I think that's what I appreciate from the Hasbro one.
That, like I said, the Hasbro one does come with, I think, a better assortment of unique accessories.
But these also have magnetic feet and hands, right?
Some of them do. I don't think this one does. Okay, yeah, it does. That's what's at the bottom. Honestly, magnets scare me in figures, though. Magnets, in general, kind of scare me, just because so much stuff is electronic anymore. And
how do they work?
I don't want to talk to a scientist.
That's a ICP reference.
But yeah, no, if they're $60, that's kind of a joke.
I get it, but when you said tariffs, then the light bulb kind of went off. This is peeling off the Band-Aid real fast, so like you understand that this is the price going forward, and that gives them the opportunity to adjust. I think I get that. In their defense, and that's not me being a fanboy or a shill or anything like that. It's just coming down to basic economics and shit. But moving forward,
I love that you said it comes down to basic economics, but the one deciding tariffs doesn't understand basic economics. But that's just me. It's not a political podcast. I'll shut up now.
Dude, I love watching people like have their brain die when they realize how tariffs work. Like there was this guy
every time.
Dude, I think I sent it to you, but there was a guy who manufactures his own t-shirts and everything like that, and he's talking about, did I send you that video?
Yes.
Dude, it's so funny because I've seen him in other videos, and like they got his brain to start working, and
they all have the same look. Yes, exactly. The
so
same
good.
look on their face every time when someone goes, oh.
Yeah. And then, like, because the guy holding the microphone is kind of a joker, and then he'll pull over his other friend who's a joker, but is able to be taken much more seriously. Yeah, the
like
guy with
me
the
and
hat.
Matt is taken more seriously than a fucking goofball.
But he comes over, and then he's like, let's say I make a product for $60 and I sell it for $20. Or
you talking about the Good Liars by chance?
What?
Are you talking about the Good
Was
Liars?
it the Good Liars? Was it the
I don't
Good
know.
Liars? I think it was the Good Liars, Matt. I think it was.
It might be. But yeah, it's just that. And then the guy's like saying, well, no, then I have to. He's like, so it cost me $50. It's cost me $20 to make, but it cost me X amount of dollars to make, and then I sell it for $20, and now they're gonna jack my prices up. So now I'm gonna sell it for $30. And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, you have to do that. Like and it's like, and who pays that? Well, like, are you gonna pay that? It's like, no. It's like, exactly, the customer pays that, and then he's like,
yeah. I watched
so
somebody on do it on TikTok. I watched somebody do it where it was a live, one of those old TikTok live videos, and it was, if you're MAGA, come into the stream, let's chat about tariffs. And they let him go, and then the guy explained tariffs and brought it up on the screen, and you can hear the guy go, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's bad, idiots.
To talk about the whole TikTok thing, like, I don't give a shit about TikTok at all. I think it's a stupid app. And it's also so funny that they went crazy to do all this stuff when it's clearly that all that truly matters is that Comcast, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, whatever other companies, they're the ones that deserve all of the data you have. So not anyone else.
It was a point. I'm glad you said that because it was a point. I didn't disagree with you ever when we talked about TikTok, either offline or I was like, well, you're right about how you felt about TikTok. But the other side of it is but Comcast, everybody else has the same shit.
So dumb.
It's so fucking stupid.
I don't like.
And, go ahead. Sorry.
We as a population are now just a product.
Mm-hmm.
We are.
Yeah. But it's been like that.
I know. I just
but they're hiding it. They're hiding it a little bit less than they.
Yes, that's really the problem. But anyway, we're getting way too into other stuff.
But all I wanted to say and I'm not naming names or saying anything, but all this was to make someone look good and find a way for somebody in a corporation in the States to make money for it. It's not a conspiracy theory. That's literally front and center. That's exactly what happened. And Pete, we tried to tell you that was what was going on, and that's what happened. And now it's back again. And I'm actually thinking about deleting nobody really follows my stuff. I'll get a couple thousand views every now and then, but I get those same amount of views on Instagram every now and then. I'll get a couple thousand. I'm like, I'm so tired of posting to multiple social media apps and spending the time on it, and B, just out of spite, I'm kind of like, I don't want to be part of that now. And it's a weird line to draw, but this is kind of where I'm like I want to turn it off now. I don't want to be on it.
I forget when Adam Warlock fits into the whole Infinity Saga.
Pete, that would be for you. I don't know.
I read it. I have it, and I read it before. I just can't remember. I don't know. I like the way in the comics that Thanos goes about getting the Infinity Stones, because it's a giant Herculean quest, and I thought that was really awesome. The way that they did it in the MCU was also cool, but I don't know. It was fun to watch him outwit opponents and everything in the Infinity Quest storyline.
I did not read it.
I remember reading it in preparation for it coming out because it was announced about 4 years before the release date, I think. And maybe even more than that. And being surprised how much didn't go from paper to movie.
When I think I read it when I was first learning about Thanos. Because this is also the thing where that's basically the storyline where he's trying to court Lady Death. God damn it, my shoulder hurts.
Do these mini comics come with these figures? Yeah, it does. Okay.
I believe so.
Well, this is also oh, never mind. I understand what I misread about that figure. But I had to take apart my Godzilla statue yesterday to make space for my and that thing was such a bitch to fucking. Oh my god.
So the excitement about this figure is this is the new teen buck that they're going to be using moving forward.
Okay.
I'm excited for this release of Banshee because this is the Banshee I remember.
Man, he was one of the worst parts of X-Men First Class, which otherwise I think is a good movie. Except for him and Zoe Kravitz, honestly.
Or that they killed, what was his name? Darwin off super quick.
I loved Kevin Bacon in that movie, man.
I love bacon.
Suck it. Well, I do like bacon. Look at me. Of course I like bacon.
Bacon.
Bacon. I think we're done with these. I'll move on to the next
thing. We didn't really talk about him. I just didn't know who Daken was. That's why I was like, what?
He is Wolverine's son.
Okay. I saw his claw configuration. It's bizarre.
They sang the song from Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Or as they would say it, claw figuration.
Does the Adam Warlock come with a changeable hand out of the gauntlet? Did they show that? That looks like it.
No, go back to the packaging. Go back to the packaging.
That's what I'm trying.
Yep, there it is. Nice.
Yeah, he's got 1, 2, and the glove. Or the gauntlet.
The glove.
The glove. The power glove.
Yeah, I was about to say the Nintendo Power Glove available today.
Now I'm playing with power.
Somebody that was upset that he's on the Sunfire Buck or something like that. I think it looks great. I don't know if it was him or Dakin that's on the old Sunfire body mold, but as long as the arms and legs are pinless, I think that Sunfire Buck was good. So
I saw this, and it's the last thing I shared before the stream.
is this the Millennium Falcon?
Yes.
No, this is the Slave One. I call it by its name.
Can't slave. You can't do its slave name anymore.
Yeah, fucking stupid.
No, it's the Enterprise. It's faster than the Falcon, and there's no slaves in it.
There are no slaves on the fucking Boba Fett ship either.
I mean, technically he bounty hunts, and technically they could be.
Is this the one we talked about when they announced it? I want to say about 6 months ago.
No, that was different. That's the cell. This is Corgi. Corgi's been around for, I don't know, 100 years.
Okay.
It's been a long time. And I was so excited.
Never mind. Sorry. No,
go ahead.
Were you thinking? Was Pete thinking of the Evil Moss one?
No, it was an Enterprise model, but it lit up and all that.
It was the Tommy one.
Oh,
it's
Tommy.
like $500. Tommy, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And so this is 64 English pounds. What is that, like 62 American dollars? 60? I don't know. It looked really good because it's one of the Enterprise models that has the panels on it, which is a lot of Enterprise or Star Trek toys or ship collections have this weird body where there's no panels. It's just smooth. And this is showing all the different panels that are built into the ships. I can't get it. I will not ship to the United States.
There's always a way.
There's always a way.
If you could help me, that's why I brought it to your attention. I was like, have you ever, I'm sure you have. That's why I brought it to your attention. It's Corgi. And I went to the American version of the website because this is the UK site. I go to the American. There you go, guys. I go to the American version of the website. They don't even have it listed yet. So
when was this announced?
I only saw it announced like 2-3 days ago. But I'd really like that, and I can't find the many searches as you see.
Yeah, give it some time.
I was gonna say give it 2 weeks at least.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, have you seen that happen before, where there's something announced for the UK, not the States, or another country? I mean,
I've seen it vice versa. Yeah.
Matt had the issue with the Joy Toys, the Ninja Turtles.
Oh, that's right. We talked about it.
Actually, no, the Joy Toy Ninja Turtles I have to get through a third-party vendor because they cannot be shipped to the United States by Joy Toy. Amazon figured out a way to work with that vendor, so I actually am getting some through Amazon. Actually, soon, this week even, getting Slash, Taka, and then Crank.
They're cranking them out, huh?
Dude, they're fucking killing it. I'm like addicted to Joy Toy lately. Like, look at this little guy. It's so awesome.
It's a joy to have.
And then
Speaking
he comes with this guy, which was another 1/18 scale. I'm really digging 1/18 scale figures lately. I won't lie.
I had this growing up. I'm going to need to buy this.
well,
This
this
is
like the
That's by Playmate.
just like that. I remember that. It's just like the Ghostbusters Firehouse and Ecto-1. Just reissue it. Well, they didn't reissue the Firehouse, but they reissue the vehicle. Boom. Same thing as you had as a kid. If not cheaper. Yeah, it's cool. The Playmate line, the Playmate Toys thing was good to see. I didn't know they were still around.
Yeah.
So my question is, I wonder if they have like a stake in the Turtles name as far as like action figures go, because they've been producing Turtles toys since the 80s.
I think that Ninja Turtles has a looser license. I think that Nickelodeon maybe in general might have a looser license restriction. Like Marvel and like Star Wars are very especially Star Wars. They're very restrictive on how everything works because I think it's down to even price points. But like, I think that NECA and not NECA, sorry. I think Nickelodeon is much more open with it because we've seen a lot of Ninja Turtle stuff that's official coming out, like the 𝗖𝗍𝗄𝗏 Ninja Turtles that some people think is made by some third-party company. They're actually being made by a formally established company that's also doing Pacific Rim figures under 𝗖𝗍𝗄𝗏.
Oh, you mentioned those before
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
They're available through Big Bad Toy Store, and maybe it's not always the case, but from what I've seen, Big Bad Toy Store does not really work with like unlicensed products. Like,
Not that I could see. Yeah.
with I pre-ordered Bebop and Rocksteady from Joy Toy through them, but I don't think those orders are going to happen. I think that they're going to get canceled because licensing issues are going to forbid them. And being that Big Bad Toy Store is not like 5K Toys, where it's an established website, and is based U.S., follows more laws and everything like that than some of these other nebulous sites. I don't think they're going to be able to sell that product because even as Joy Toy acknowledges it, it cannot be sold in the States, and that's due to licensing restrictions. And I think, again, that might be one of the areas where it comes down to price points or something like that. But yeah, like the 𝗖𝗍𝗄𝗏 Ninja Turtles figures that are coming out look great. They're officially licensed. It's not a knockoff or whatever some people are saying. From everything I've seen, like, it's an official product. Like, it's been at shows with other officially licensed stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah. So speaking of Tomy, that segue is like 5 minutes too late. But Tomy Transformers Rat Trap was announced recently, and anyone who collects the Masterpiece, like, I'm getting this because I do collect the Masterpiece Beast Wars figure. I had to buy a pre-owned Dinobot, but I actually got it for a good price, so I'm happy with that.
Aside from the joints, it kind of looks like it's from that cartoon. Like, it looks like it's off the paper, off the screen.
What do you mean aside from
looks
the
good?
joints?
Those little rat hands sticking out from his back freak me out.
Just the cracks.
Oh yeah.
Really good, actually.
No, the Masterpiece line, they look really good. They're a bitch to transform. Like, the instructions are also not great. Dinobot was such a pain in the ass, but very cool looking. I need to get the Megatron. I'm waiting for them to reissue it because I don't feel like paying aftermarket prices. I mean the like T-Rex Megatron. But yeah. So I'm actually gonna go through 𝗵𝗵𝗵 because it's $84 there. And with shipping, I'm really gonna save, I think, maybe $5, but I'm also gonna be shipping it with what else comes out at that time. So like, I think there's one or two things that are slated to release. I have a quote unquote pile of loot from 𝗵𝗵𝗵 en route, actually, which has some pretty cool stuff on it that I'm excited about. I think that's going to be here by Friday. I had my Big Bad Toy Store pile of loot shipped recently. It arrived on Friday, and then two other things are shipping separately, and they're actually more 1/18 Joy Toy figures.
Dude, Tomy is just going ballistic on the Transformers releases.
They do. I stick to the Masterpiece with the Beast Wars because, yeah, they're expensive. They're amazing. And I actually did.
But they look amazing.
Because I think I ordered Brawl, the Transformers Masterpiece, the movie Masterpiece one. I think I ordered Brawl because he looks really cool. Yeah, they look great, but there's so much. And thankfully, I'm not huge into Transformers. Because this would be dangerous ground for me to step into. Transformers doesn't end.
Nope, never.
It would
never have, never will.
But But speaking of my pile of loot, I had this arrive, which is beautiful. I think I only have 2 more that I'm waiting on. This is the 1,000 Toys Carter figure from Halo Reach. He looks so good, and the DMR that he comes with looks amazing. One thing that bummed me out a little about it is he doesn't come with a pistol as a sidearm. He comes with a plasma sword, so he has a DMR and a plasma sword. Like, okay, he has 2 weapons, but just include a pistol. And seriously, there's a little slot on the leg that pops out for you to plug the pistol into. Just put a pistol in there. You guys, come on, you guys.
Put a pistol.
Come on, guys.
I forget what else I ordered, but another thing that I got from 𝗬𝗵𝗵𝗵 was this guy. This is Devil Toys, right? Yeah, Devil Toys. We talked about these a little while ago because you pre-ordered some of them, and actually we had this guy on pre-order, and he's awesome. It's a little confusing though because he comes with this. What were you saying, Pete?
I was gonna say I got the motorcycle one with the red and the blue guy, and then I got the black one.
Okay. There's a green one that's part of this Irregulars line that I'm kind of tempted by, but I don't know. There's something a little weird about them.
I'm thinking about changing out the white shirts because they yellowed pretty quickly.
That sucks.
Yeah, awkward thing to happen, but yeah.
This figure looks great. The details on it are very good, very, very evident too. Like just look at the abdominal section and everything on the armor. He comes with this headpiece that just snaps in if you wanted to give him a different look on his head, which honestly I love. And then there's all these little sashes of fabric that are hanging off, which are a really cool touch. One thing that I couldn't quite figure out is where to put his sword holding device. Basically, you have this weird contraption, and I didn't know what it was at first, but he comes with two long swords and then one shorter sword. He also comes with these like throwing kunai techniques. But when I was looking at it, I realized that these actually slide into each other. And then that slides into this thing.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. So he has the 2 swords that come out of that, but now I don't know where to put this on the figure. And I could probably just Google it or find it on YouTube, and I just haven't yet. And then even this little guy, I can put it on here, or I can put it on the opposite side. The one problem with doing that is it actually bumps up against those. But I don't know. It's an interesting way to have the weapons kind of holster. I just need to look into it more to figure out what the hell I do with this thing, because there's no obvious, as far as I could tell, there's no obvious way to snap it in. There are these 3 little loops he has back here, though I don't know exactly what those are for. But yeah, it's a really cool figure. Very glad that I picked it up. I like getting random third-party stuff like this sometimes, just because it's fun. It's something really different, and I just really think that they nailed the aesthetic with like this cyborg ninja kind of guy. Very cool figure.
Yeah, and I have 3 of them. I want to say that I feel like the quality is definitely there.
It is. Yeah, Devil Toys has been around for a while. They also they have a 1/6 line, and there's this orange dude that looks so cool, but he's 1/6. If he was 1/12, I would grab him in a heartbeat. And hopefully they'll, I don't know, port him down to size, but they're definitely a studio to look at. This is a third-party studio. But yeah, really very pleased with this purchase, and I'm definitely going to be looking out for more of their releases. It doesn't necessarily fit in with everything I normally buy because it is a bit cyberpunk or like cyber samurai. I don't really know what you'd want to call it, but they're fun. So like if something looks the right aesthetic or looks like I could have some fun with it, I'm probably gonna grab it. Because yeah, Devil Toys is definitely a line I would suggest looking into.
What you looking at there, Dan? Hey, time to go to church.
Okay, Hosier. I'm not throwing my pile of loot. You butthole. I also received this model kit from Moto King.
That's the one that fits in the vehicle?
This is the this is so that Batmobile came with a separate motorcycle, and you could actually dismantle it and then kind of hide it away under the Batmobile. This is the Bat bike from The Flash, which I still haven't watched, but they're putting out a Ben Affleck Batman from The Flash. I would like it if they put out, honestly, I would love it if they put out like the Justice or Batman vs Superman Batmobile, because Moto King vehicles are to import scale. They really look good. I would love to see them do the Batman vs Superman Batmobile, or even the Justice League variant. If they could figure out a way to get one to convert to the other, I'd be stoked about that. But I'd also like to see them do, just Batfleck Batman that's not in The Flash. There was a video I saw. This is a digression, but there was a video of it was like who would win in the fight, and it was Batfleck, Robert Pattinson's Batman, Christian Bale's Batman, and then Michael Keaton's Batman, and they were like who would win. And basically they all were like, the guy was like, Pattinson would be taken out because he's still pretty new. Christian Bale would probably be next. And then basically Batfleck wins, because if you look at Batfleck, he's so fucking brutal and violent as a Batman. But I think that was one of the appealing things about him.
Isn't Ben Affleck like 6'6" in real life?
I don't think he's that tall.
Isn't he like 9 feet tall, like something crazy like that?
I think he's like 11.5 inches.
Oh, okay.
More than what you're saying.
You're on mute.
He's 6'2".
Okay.
I was going to jokingly say I think he's on 5'2", but never mind.
No, that's you. Ben Affleck is
5'6". We're the same fucking height.
Ben Affleck, who is?
You and I are the same height.
I'm taller than you, dude. Dan, I am taller than you. Remember after we saw, what movie was it? It was a Marvel movie. We were all in the theaters. I was the tallest one outside.
I was wearing platform heels that day, and I was still short.
I'm 5'8", Dan.
I was on stilts.
I'm not 5'2". I'm 5'6", is my point.
I know you're not 5'2".
All right, well.
Like, I'll give you 5'3".
I'll give you... never mind.
1993, Dan. 1993.
Anyway, boobs. No, anyway, Batfleck.
Yeah, Batfleck was just...
How tall is Batfleck?
Is that the snail shell?
Ben Affleck was 6'2".
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, I Googled it because we were curious. Last things from my pile of loot. Sunstorm and Acid Storm. Because 3-0 is killing it. And despite the fact that I just said I'm not really at Transformers, I do pick up the 3-0 MDLX line because they're awesome.
So it's too late. He's already too deep, and he's going to have about 50 Transformers by the end of this month.
No, they don't put them up that fast, you idiot. You're so dumb.
My point is they'll be pre-ordered. It's too late.
Oh yeah, no, I pre-ordered them pretty much day one.
Yeah, right.
I needed to have all the Seekers, man. Dude, I went so far. I pre-ordered Coronation Starscream like a fucking asshole. I pre-ordered that Coronation Starscream, and it's $20 or something like that, more than it might only be 10, but it's more expensive than the original release of Starscream, and I pre-ordered it like a jackass.
Like a happy jackass.
Like a happy jackass.
All I want is Shockwave, though.
X-Files is back?
You sure you're not looking at XXX Files?
That's it. No. I wish. I I don't. This can't be right.
Baltimore Ravens touchdown. Oh my god.
That was like 2 minutes ago, man. Catch up.
Sorry.
God. Anyway, boobs.
Snail shell.
I just want to be clear that I just bring up the links that they send me in the chat for the show.
I did not send you that link.
And I
This
did
was
not
me.
pick this one.
Yeah, it is snail shell. There it is.
There is a snail shell on Big Bad Toy Store, but she's like, it almost looks like it's meant to compete with Little Armory, except
Oh.
it's Large Armory or something.
Why?
This is not a normal figure line, Dan. I think that's pretty obvious looking at
I
it.
know, but why did
Yeah,
you
my
share
question.
this?
My question is: there's another company doing 𝗖cie though, so that's why I'm wondering: is this part of an IP? Like outside
Yeah,
of these figures?
That's
like,
what I'm wondering. Is this part of an IP? Well,
very interesting. But if you're looking for nun figures, I mean, like I always try to look at like are they versatile? And if you're a
that's
Daredevil
slightly
fan,
versatile.
This is not, no.
I was thinking about Daredevil. You could use this in like a church scene or something, like a background character.
Yes.
Clothed,
Yes.
obviously.
She can hold the Bible right here.
Nombre de Padre.
Nombre Padres Espíritu Santos Bubis. Spirited Santos, I should have said. Damn it!
This looks cool.
Too
This is
clever.
snail shell also.
Yeah,
got it.
I made the joke. This is meant to compete with Little Armory. It's Big Armory, but she's fully clothed in that.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's got, she can
Although
at least
honestly, this would probably work with the Little Armory weaponry because it's an import scale or an import snail.
Nah,
He did the thing.
he did the thing. I could buy her trying to shoot people though. The other one just so much to get in the way. Yeah, that gun looks badass though.
Dude, honestly, Little Armory weapons, and that's Good Smile. Who makes?
I think you're right.
That's over, folks. Bills win.
Wow.
I was wrong. Little Armory is Takara Tomy or Tomy Tech. So Little Armory weaponry looks really good. I actually
So what's
pre-ordered stuff recently. No, go ahead, Dan. I
so
digress.
is this an IP? Or is this just what is this? Don't breathe like that near me, okay?
I have no idea.
Buy me breakfast first. I don't know
Okay,
why
so
I'm
this is
gonna search
Tactical
in-
Made 𝗬𝗂𝗏 Kazune.
Okay.
Okay, so I just Googled it. AI has given me an answer. 𝗖cie is a fictional character and 1/12 scale action figure from the 𝗬𝗏's Adventure in Another World series by Snail Shell.
Okay, so it's their IP.
But then why would another company take a stab at it wasn't called 𝗖cie, but it looks exactly like her. That was the one we showed last week with like the demon face and the arm.
Yeah, but I thought that was also Snail Shell.
I don't think so. Let me check. I did pre-order it, by the way. I'm hoping that the parts are swappable between the two. So that way I can have like a demon version and a clean version.
Yeah, Succubus Lustia.
Featured pre-order. Where is she at?
I'm delighted that the Baltimore Ravens are not in.
It's by Bear Panda 1/12 Ghost Series painted skin action figure with pre-order bonus.
Oh, okay. So it's basically supposed to be a look-alike. Okay.
This is the one that came with the demon flag. I don't know if you remember that. And like the
Yeah,
demon arm.
and
Yeah.
like, or okay. Gotcha.
Just real quick, I just wanted to share this because why were we keeping track of the Bills scores?
I'm interested in the playoffs. That's all.
Okay,
And a lot of my neighbors are from Buffalo. My wife's from Buffalo. So
I just wanted to share this because I thought that was funny. Bills DT Jordan Phillips wearing a winter coat under his jersey.
Do they still have the same social media guy? The guy from last year or the year before was fucking insane. And he put the craziest videos out there, and they were so good.
I don't think the Bills have changed. Let me.
Whoever did their Instagram a few years ago was so good. The videos were so manic.
Got nothing right now. Just tweeting the hell?
Fumble recovery. Wow. Wonder how good that game was. I'm sitting here fucking.
I mean, I'm sure it was less heart attack inducing than the one I watched before I came on here. Jesus.
What was the final on that?
I don't even remember anymore, dude. That's how fucked up.
I was watching the Redskins and Lions last night. Oh, okay.
28-22. Yeah, it was.
Oh, you guys were behind until the fourth quarter. Oh shit! So
No.
You guys were up, yeah. Because you guys, yeah, that's crazy.
No, we were not behind until we went behind once.
Yeah.
But it was the O line was just no. The defensive line was like, except one drive was like, no, you don't score. Anyway, back to the situation.
I'm glad I don't work tomorrow.
I don't work tomorrow. Well, you talk about this, and then I'll show you what Matt Blep just sent me. Blep.
So I don't watch hockey too much, but I did want to point out that this is by Storm Collectibles. This is their new 1/12th line, and that price point is pretty good.
Wait, what line is this?
Storm Arena, which is their 1/12th line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, funny because when Storm was originally came out, they were a 1/12 scale, and then they started going wild with their Mortal Kombat figures, slowly creeping up to 7, which pissed me off. You basically put me out of the line.
I'm bummed because I really was. Hey, Newborn Infusion, how about you piss off?
He gone.
Sorry.
Spam.
There's a spam bot. I'm pissed off because Dom and Queen Mira from Gears of War were canceled. Storm Collectibles. So yeah, the Gears of War prequel game better be really fucking so that we get them back.
I guess that's the only way to do it, right? With that much movement, yeah.
That's
Storm has been pretty good about having a lot of movement and capturing the figure. And,
God damn it.
And they usually do a soft bodied chest, which allow for the arms and head to move a lot. So I'm interested to see if now that they're shrinking back down to a 1/12 scale and this price point, if they're keeping
awesome.
that soft chest.
This is also a very different art style too.
You
normally didn't have quite as, I don't know if there were really ever there, but the the art lines are much more apparent on this figure than any other Storm figure that I've seen.
For 25, I might pick this up just to play with it.
That's a really good price, and honestly, that figure is gonna be better than a Legends figure in terms of. I'm gonna assume in terms of quality and articulation and everything like that. Oh yeah, I sent this for Dan. Well, we've talked about one of the upcoming releases from NECA before.
Another NECA, yep.
I just saw this on Big Bad Toy, so I was like, oh shit.
Ultimately told. Oh, this is cool.
This is like
Ultimate.
I didn't even know this was coming. This is brand new.
Well, we knew that there was one coming out, and I think that was part of the Target exclusives that.
Yeah, and he came with the table set.
Yeah.
And he came with a sandwich with a cat that you can put in the sandwich because they eat cats.
Okay.
And like a bottle, just like it was like a kitchen, like where he hung out the most. And this is like, He's got the fucking bottle. That's awesome.
You know, a little Rubik's Cube.
I love the phone.
I don't know if you guys
He's
follow
watching
Logic
the
at all.
cartoon, man. That's awesome.
Follow who?
Follow the rapper Logic.
I know who he is.
But
Whoa!
he's really big into Rubik's Cubes, and he's been autographing them and then shuffling up, and he says, well, if you figure it out, you can get the full autograph.
That's so good.
That's
also
cool,
funny
yeah.
because you can just solve that side.
Oh, man.
I think this might be the winner.
We
Just
call
in
the
the
shit
video
on the
game.
side.
The video game console on it.
NECA is really good about capturing the look.
Dude, that looks
Articulation?
like Alf, though.
Yeah, articulation, more like farticulation.
They've come a long way, but
I'll make an argument for this that he's a puppet, so I'm cool.
Turtles and like their big releases are definitely going to articulate better. Yes. Stuff like this is much more of just someone's going to buy it for nostalgia reasons. See the person at the bottom. And they're not going to be, they're more so like, look what I have. It's amazing. They're not going to be concerned with like doing shit with it.
one NECA tip that still holds true, Mr. Dan. If you're buying this figure, please heat up the joints before posing. NECA still has a tendency to put a little paint on the elbows and knees.
Am I going to heat up the joint?
You either dip it in hot water or take a hair dryer just before you bend it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you don't have to melt it or anything like that. I would definitely recommend using a hairdryer.
10 seconds on, 10 seconds off.
Because I get worried about putting a lot of things underwater because I don't like the water getting.
Can you believe what appliance Kelly and I do not have in this house? A hairdryer. Neither one of us use a hairdryer. I also want to add, because Shout Factory just released the box set of Alf, and I had the series, which was 4 seasons, and the movie.
So that's the next thing that you're gonna watch.
Well, it's on the list. The reason I say that is what was not released before is both animated series is on the box, and I haven't seen those since forever. One of them is Alf on Melmac, and the other one, which I thought was cool, was Alf's characters doing fairy tales, like Grimm's fairy tales and stuff. Anyway, Melmacians.
So I was gonna say I vaguely remember the Alf series. I know that it ended on a downer note, if I remember right. The Alf show. Do the cartoons continue that, or do they just go off?
No, once a prequel, which takes place on this planet before it explodes. It blew up to war, nuclear war, just like we're headed. And the other one is just Grimm's fairy tales without characters. It ends on a down note, technically, because the FBI shows up between him looking up at a spaceship for the 3 survivors that survived the explosion and the Tanner family trying to get him back before the FBI gets him. And for 6 years, we don't know what happens to him. And then Alf the movie comes out. Well, it airs on ABC. Because NBC used to do that in the 80s where they were like, oh, did you like this? It was ratings was doing good enough. We're canceling it. Fuck you. Come on. Oh, it upset me. Apparently that really upset me. I don't remember it, but my mom says I was not happy. That's not a happy kid. That's not a happy 6-year-old. Never mind. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, that's going in the cart. Yeah, thank you for that. That's cool.
Did you guys talk about the Hot Toys Human Torch release last week or
yes, no? Last week. Yes, we did.
Cool. Oh yeah,
you can add to it if you like.
Yeah,
this is a little late, but yeah, this is good.
I'm not surprised it's a little late. I'll take it for sure.
That's the only pictures I have right now.
It's probably still just a super early announcement, but it's gonna sell because I don't know if anyone other than Legends has done a Killmonger figure.
I don't recall.
I can't think of it either.
I wouldn't be surprised if like Figure Arts did one or something like or Figma. I'm sorry.
Oh, also my Mezco Casey Jones is slated to arrive tomorrow.
Nice. The thing that Pete sent me is supposed to come Saturday is supposed to also now come tomorrow. So we'll see. And then we have this is the last thing I have.
I have another one after that, so you're good.
Sin Judge Punisher. This looks great. I just don't know why nobody's doing the white belt, the white boots. Like, why is everybody doing the all black?
Looks badass, man.
Yeah.
Can somebody explain to me, like I'm 6, what the significance of the face mask is? Face paint?
That's from his War Stories era. Like, sometimes he would paint his face.
He's doing an homage to Ghost.
I appreciate that. I thought you were going to say Sting, but that also works.
2 heads.
That's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, Ghost makes more sense because of the skull. Thank you.
Oh, and he comes with a cigar. That's rare.
That's what I was...
I mean, it's third party, but, like, actually, that was something I noticed with the re-release of Solid Snake, is he doesn't come with the cigarette that the original Figma release had. Even the Revoltech Wolverine, which I hated from a few years ago, it originally was supposed to come with a bit of cigar, removed the cigar because, you know, the U.S. is afraid of cigarettes, despite the fact that they're up there.
You ain't wrong. Not wrong.
So yeah, this is a recent announcement from Prime One that's available for pre-ordering. It looks amazing. I already have a Kratos and Atreus statue, so I don't need it. If I didn't have that, I would probably go for this just because it looks fucking stellar. But it's a really cool piece. I like that it comes. I like when they manage to do this. Like, I have a Joel and Ellie statue that should be shipping sometime in the next few months. That's actually them fighting a clicker. I like when. And they usually do a decent job of it, but I like when studios manage to incorporate more than just the that focal character in the piece, or that they'll have like a counterpiece to kind of sit just juxtaposed to it. Like the Kratos and Atreus statue I have, there's a Baldur statue that like it's meant to sit opposite it. But like when it's a self-contained piece like this, I like that they have the. I forget what it's called. The dead. It's a sort of a form of Drake, like a subclass of Drake that he just killed that he's standing over in this piece.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I can't remember what the hell they're called in the game. But I just.
Oh, it does light up.
Yeah, it lights up.
Yeah.
He comes with like this is the ultimate version. And this is also like a newer line of Prime One because they'll do like movie masterpiece or masterpiece, but now they have ultimate masterpiece or ultimate real masterpiece or whatever. Or real elite master line, excuse me, which is like, okay, how much more can you really tack onto that? But it's a next level of detail and artistry that they're putting into it. I also like that it comes with Dropnir. It comes with the Blades of Chaos, a variant version of the Blades of Chaos, and also the Leviathan X. And then the shield also, like it comes with a more standard Spartan appearance, but then it also comes with the round one that we know from 2018's God of War. And then it hasn't been released or announced for pre-order yet, but they're actually coming out with a Thor figure because a huge counter character or a huge nemesis that they establish in Thor Ragnarok is,
God of War Ragnarok.
God of War Ragnarok is Thor. And like I have even less interest in that statue because honestly I think God of War Ragnarok was vastly overrated to 2018, which is pretty much a perfect game. But I'm still like that they put this out. And anyone who missed out on the original Kratos and Atreus statue, this is just as good, honestly. Because it's focusing on Kratos. It comes with a different weaponry. It's a really good looking setup and really cool pose and base that he comes with. I also like that there are arrows sticking out of the what the hell is it called?
I wonder if that's a nod that another Ultimate is coming next to it.
𝗫𝗫𝗄. Well, no, the Ultimate that they're doing, I don't think they're going to do it. I'd be surprised if they did an 𝗫𝗄𝗃 one, because 𝗫𝗃 is not liked enough by himself to justify an $1,800 statue. Also, I think if they were going to do an 𝗫𝗃 one that's not central to this, they would focus on his B story going on in the game, because 𝗫𝗃 has much more of his own thing going on in addition to the main plot of this. I just think that the arrows are there as like to reference that 𝗫𝗃 is there, but 𝗫𝗃 isn't with you the whole game. Like, you kind of trade off partners. But no, the counterpoint to this one is Thor. They released like a real tease picture of it, and it's just like kind of a silhouette of it. But it's going to be basically another $1,900 statue.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
they look great. Like, well, you saw the Godzilla statue.
oh,
What?
they just had a video of it on rotation. I should have just brought that up.
Oh,
I'm gonna bring it up in a second. Here we go.
I follow Prime One on Instagram.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's sweet.
Honestly, Prime One has a lot of stuff announced that they're doing. It's just, I mean, the release schedule takes a while because this shit takes so long to make. It's painted by hand. It's made with resin.
Are they limited then?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, because that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of.
So the Ultimate Bonus Edition has a limit of 400.
Got it. Cool.
Like, I think the Godzilla I put away has a limit of 250.
Because that's a lot.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of money, but it's also because of the work that goes into them. I mean, Godzilla, you would think, is a lot easier, just because he doesn't have the facial details or the individually painted beard hairs that are going on with Kratos and then other characters and the details they have. I mean, even those take time, but this Real Elite Masterline is supposedly the next level of that attention to detail and just going even further beyond. But then you get into like studios like Queen, I think it's Queen Studios, and then even other ones, I can't think of the name of it, but they use silicone and then rooted hair. So they'll have the eyeball and then they like put the eyeball into the actual head of the model, and then they have to like kind of pull out.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
And then they show them like tucking in the hairs and everything. Like, it's insane.
So I always thought that was just show for the video of showing off the figure, and then figured out, no, that's how they're manufactured. And I'm like, Jesus.
There's a 1/3 Hulk statue out there. I forget who makes it. It might be Queen. And it looks amazing, but because it's silicone with like rooted hair, I'd never go for it. I already get concerned enough about just the things that I already collect with exposure to sunlight and then just damage and everything and just maintaining atmosphere or whatever. And when you get into materials that are more absorbent and not stone, I get even more concerned. And like hair that could be pulled out. Like, no, I'll take sculpted hair any day of the week, thank you.
Just as a basic example, behind me, that's sun damaged, that one's sun damaged. And it's not like I had them out in the sun.
No.
They're just out.
Even Pete was talking about his Devil Toys earlier because they have a white T-shirt. It yellows.
Fuck. I
Like,
mean,
there's a guy on Instagram. I don't follow him. I don't think he really does that much, but sometimes he'll post a video that I'll stumble across, and it's like his collection, and it's a fucking museum worth of like nerd like statues and everything like that. But it's almost like it's in a greenhouse, and I'm like, he has to have tint on the windows. He has to have the right lighting, because there's lighting you can use that doesn't decay, but even the light bulbs that you have in your house can
affect it.
Absolutely. It's insane. Whenever I set up my crazy nerd cave, it's gonna be like weird.
Okay. It's all you guys. I have nothing left.
I haven't seen it still.
Have we seen the trailer for Brave New World yet?
What do you mean? We saw it on the stream a bunch of times.
Didn't they drop a new one this week?
I don't.
They did. I'm sorry I didn't send it. It's my fault.
I mean, I'm gonna guess no, since you are the only one talking about it. Let me look.
I know Marvel dropped some trailer this week. Let me double check. Marvel Studios.
Well, yeah, I think it was the Daredevil.
You might be right. 4 days ago.
The
ticket's on sale for.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't see anything new because I thought I thought they were done with those trailers.
Well, it says 2 days ago, so I don't know.
I'm looking forward to that.
It's a minute and a half trailer.
Well, I'll bring it up. Hold on. I wasn't doing anything else.
Oh God!
Like, finishing the art for the episode, so I didn't have to do it later. Son of a bitch.
Oh my God! What's going on here? Why is there all this leaked photos of Fantastic Four coming out?
I only saw the one, and I'm good with not seeing another one until the movie comes out. Thank you.
Slow down.
Stop it. I have the 2 months ago. 9 days. I don't.
Brave New World 2 days ago.
I don't know if this is real. Yeah, it's tickets now. There's nothing new in this.
Okay.
What's going on over there? Yeah, I mean, there's a couple new shots. You want to watch here? I'll put it on. Whatever. I just work here.
You know I've been no fan of heroes, but even I can't deny the good that you've done.
And I won't, because I'm Harrison Ford.
The country needs Captain America.
Captain needs Chewbacca.
Is the first step towards lasting peace across this brave new world.
Stand by for proof of death.
Go, go, go!
Your inner circle's been compromised. Either you can't see that or you don't want to.
They talk about us.
The country.
I think this is mirroring our own world today.
There's someone behind all this. Complex. Watch yourself.
Whoa.
You're not Steve Rogers. You're right. I'm not.
I'm his daddy.
Who you think they talk about us?
Captain America. Caught without his wings.
You want me? Come and get me!
Captain America, Brave New World.
Oh, you
Make sure
fucked,
the
dude.
suit's ready.
Tell me I don't make your old gear look brand new.
Who's saying that?
Everybody. Everybody is saying that.
In theaters February.
Oh yeah, that was new. Does Thunderbolt Ross know he can do that?
Do what? Turn into Hulk?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how he gets it in the movie,
Yeah.
but he didn't always have it.
That's what I okay. All right, say no more. We're looking forward to that.
His storyline is very like Moby Dick. Like he's obsessed with getting the Hulk. So I'm interested.
That I know, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see like what route they're going to take to make him face off against Captain America of all people.
You think Hulk's making an appearance in this and they just have kept it a secret? Yeah, that's a yes. That's a fucking yes. I'm kind of when we mentioned it when we watched the final trailer a couple months ago, I was thinking about that after the show. I'm like, I bet you Hulk's in this movie. They don't use him enough. I know they don't want to overdo it, and I like Thor Ragnarok. I like Love and Thunder less than Ragnarok. I understand it's not a well-loved movie, but I liked it.
I liked it. I just felt it was rushed a lot.
I'll give you yes. That totally understood. I mean Christian Bale, man. It's just Christian Bale's awesome. But in Ragnarok, Hulk was so.
I didn't watch the trailer. I'm probably not going to watch any of the new stuff that's coming out for it, just because I want to avoid stuff. And they've already done multiple screenings and had to change a lot of stuff in it.
I'm totally kidding. Yeah, I have a feeling. You heard that whole. No, you're muted. I'm not.
I muted my output. Sorry.
I have a feeling Hulk's in it. You heard that conversation?
No, I don't know that Hulk will be in it.
No. I was making a speculation. I was like, I don't know. I asked Pete, "Do you think Hulk's in it?" And Pete didn't say anything, but that little fucking sly smile. I'm like,
Hulk won't be in it. They'll save this for a separate story. They'll save that for a separate story. The leader is the Hulk's enemy, and they've been trying to figure out a way to bring back the Hulk. Hulk hasn't had a good story of his own. The leader will establish that he fights things that aren't just strong and powerful.
All right. I'm hoping you're wrong for selfish reasons, but that makes sense.
I don't know, but I have to go. So, take care, everyone. All right,
bye, Matt.
Bye,
Matt.
Thanks for.
Oh, damn! Kicked his ass off. Jesus Christ!
I thought he needed to go.
Fuck out of here.
Do you want to come back and say goodbye?
Yeah, but I was gonna say, like, I personally think Hulk will be in it only because I think his rights are still wrapped up in Universal. And Mark Ruffalo has expressed not only wanting to do a Hulk movie, but finishing up any storylines that he wants. Like he's down for the ride, from what I understand. So if they're going to establish another arc, why not do it as they've been doing through other people in movies, which is a perfect time for him to come in, even if it's a brief cameo to help stop the Red Hulk for a bit.
Just like one punch or something.
Right?
Boom. I have to go. Goodbye.
I really hope so. I know that the test screening has had some kickback regards to Leader's storyline. And from what I understand, he's the overarching villain in this movie. So that's not good. Hopefully they fix that before they put out this movie.
Can I tell you something about
what's that?
Test screening? I don't give a flying fuck into a rolling donut.
Okay.
About test screenings. I've been wanting to use that since William Friedkin died. The director, when he passed away, someone played that clip about him talking about actors and how they feel about directors, and it was particularly Al Pacino, and it just cuts back to it shows Al Pacino, and he wasn't bitching like per se, but he was talking about Friedkin's methods as a director, and it cuts right back to Billy Friedkin going, I don't give a flying fuck into a rolling donut what Al Pacino thinks of. And I was like, I'm taking that. That's good. Because it doesn't really make sense, but it just goes, what did you say? But no, I understand why it goes back to the beginning of the show. We were talking about complaints, and I understand marketing and test screenings, and I don't give a fuck about their opinion. I give a fuck about our opinion and the mass audience when the movie comes out. I hate test screenings. Test screenings. I can't say I was going to say because you're like, it's a piece of shit movie. Never mind. I'm not getting into it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't mean from you. I mean in general. I'm not interested. If they got to do reshoots, rewrites, movies do that. I'm cool. I'm not worried about it in that way, and I care even less after all the discourse from the last 6-7 years after Endgame.
Yeah,
What's good and what's not good. I'm just tired, man. Like being on here and talking about it with you guys, we could debate for now. If you want to debate for 2 hours about a movie, cool. But it's just. I'm so tired of hearing about what Billy Smith in 𝗵𝗶𝗵𝗵, Wisconsin, or wherever that town is, thinks about, Rogue's ass being not big enough on her figure, or why female Ghostbuster.
No, you're right. I don't understand test screenings. Like, I don't know if they're just grabbing random people off the street, like, hey, come watch this movie. What do you think? or are they like fans of the movie already? Or
I just don't understand how you could edit a movie, show it to a group of 20 people, and use that as a gauge for how the entire world's going to react to it. That's such a nuanced reaction.
Right.
I don't understand it in that way. That's just me, and I'll harp on it forever. I don't understand taking a director's and writer's vision, for better or for worse, and I'm going to go back to it. Ghostbusters 2016. He was hired to do the job, Paul Feig. I think he did fine. I think he did a wonderful job. Was the movie perfect? No. Does it need to be? Because no movie is perfect. It just doesn't. It's a rarity. It doesn't happen anymore. Movies being perfect. It's just not a thing. Not in this, I need it now, rapid. But he was given a job as writer and director. He saw it through. Why would you show it to 16 to 20 people and change it now and spend more money? It doesn't make any sense. At that point, it's too late.
Well, isn't it studio that makes them go back? It's not like necessarily the director, right?
Yeah, they will take no. That's what I'm saying. The studio, they'll do the test screen. The studio will come in with notes and go change these things. But I'm okay, right?
I get it.
I don't understand it. It's been explained to me 50 times. It's been mansplained to me. I get it. I know why. But I think that's stupid. That's just me.
No, you're right. I don't know.
Nothing. I don't think we have anything to worry about. I know it was a joke in Deadpool Wolverine. I don't think this phase was that bad. I think we could have navigated through the Kang. What's his name? Please help. Actor. Jonathan Majors. I think we could have navigated through that one way or the other if we were just fucking patient. But we as a people aren't patient anymore. That's part of the problem. We're in the TikTok universe now.
We're in the end game now.
We're in the end. I mean, we might be. I don't know. But are we not? Where it's 1 minute to 2 minutes and I need it now?
I mean, that's how I feel about all Marvel content. I do need it now.
Well, I mean, I want it now because I want more.
Right.
But I want more for years. I'm not going to see 2 hours of a movie and go, that's it, cancel all of it. After that, if I like it or if I don't like it a little bit, I like it a lot, or I think it sucks, I'm like, all right, we'll just continue. Let's just keep moving forward. Give me more. Let's see how it goes. Let's not cancel the whole goddamn thing. Can you imagine in Star Trek? I don't even remember what season it was. Star Trek The Next Generation. In real life, there is a contract dispute between Paramount and Patrick Stewart. Patrick fucking Stewart. Even at this point, it was Patrick fucking Stewart because he was Jean-Luc Picard. At the end of the season, the last thing you see is him pop up on the screen. He's fully assimilated into the Borg. And he goes, I am Locutus of Borg. Resistance is futile. Cut. Credits roll. That's it, bitch. You're waiting. You're waiting a year, motherfucker. Can you imagine if you tried that now?
I'm trying to think what movie was terrible, and then through subsequent story writing, they had redeemed it. And I want to say it was the Star Wars prequel trilogy. And then when they did like Rebels and like Clone Wars,
right?
It validated a lot of that.
And you were like, oh, that's fucking wonderful. Okay, this does that because of this connects to that. This is why this thing is like that. That person's still alive. Spoiler alert. All this shit. And you're like, oh, that was a fucking journey. That's actually really good. I'm glad we did this.
That's how I felt with Age of Ultron for the most part. I wasn't the biggest fan of that movie. I felt like they could have done things better. Just because I like
back out after Matt left.
So I'm a Hank Pym fan. I do like Hank Pym because I think he's like the most troubled Avenger, where he's like he always feels like inadequate and he likes to live up to the rest of the Avengers and ends up kind of failing miserably every time. But So to me, Ultron is that attempt at perfection there that he fumbled, right? And to see it portrayed as like a Tony Stark clone, and then it was just like, I'm just making little quips here and there. I was like, man, this is fucking dumb. So I didn't like the portrayal of Ultron. I didn't like the way he was trying to end the rest of the universe, even though it was valid, right? And then I don't know, it was just, and then he dies off screen with a conversation with Vision. Like, I don't know.
Well, technically, it was on screen.
Well, they showed the flash off the screen. It was the conversation that was on screen.
Well, which
they are about to pay off handsomely with the Vision series. Lots of rumors of
coming, right?
Yeah, and Ultron. What was the actor that did Ultron? He's coming back.
Fucking, I just thought of it, and now I've forgotten because he's amazing. Oh
Mr.
my
Blacklist.
god! What the? I'm an idiot. What? I'm gonna hate myself when I. Come on. Wikipedia, help me. When I find this, I'm gonna be really upset with myself. No, not Jim Meskimen.
I don't know how you feel about cartoons. I know you love cartoons, but I don't know how you feel about watching them as an adult.
James Spader.
James Spader. Yeah, thank you.
Damn it.
If you look at the portrayal of Ultron in Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, which is on Disney Plus,
literally just looking at that in the list, dude.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It's on my screen right now, on the Wikipedia page.
If you could play the voice that they do for that character and the way he talks, I think it's fucking fantastic.
Ultron, Avengers. I fucked that word up.
Copy paste Ultron.
I hate that. Hurts. My also never mind. But at the same time, see, now that makes sense the way you explain why you don't like Ultron. But you're not like, fuck that movie.
No.
Right.
No. There's things they could have done better.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I can make that argument for any movie. Yeah, shit.
Yeah.
So my question is, but that conversation between him and Vision is pretty fucking awesome. Do you agree?
Play it.
I was asking you a question first.
No. I was just hoping you would play it and I don't have to answer the question.
Oh, no, you're answering the question. I'm not going to play it.
Damn it. It's okay.
Okay.
It was all right.
See, I'm not going to hold that again. There's
a
difference.
Although I was born yesterday.
Yeah, no. It's like, well, was it? I was born yesterday. I love the line, especially when we get further on in the universe. I'm doing this on purpose. Where he goes, they're naive, they're doomed. Well, yes. But thing's not beautiful because it's last. MODOK!
Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes was an animated show that aired around a decade ago.
Is this an expose about his view? Oh, shit.
His primary task was to guard the
Oh my God, expose. Can we just get a clip, please?
Ultron Imperative.
God.
Ultron Imperative. The fourth one down. Yeah.
I want all systems back up right now.
God.
And sit well.
Maria Hill.
Get me Tony Stark.
Thank you.
Shut up. Shut up, all of you. Shut up.
Just killing everybody.
Do the voice.
Maria Christina Hill, Director of S.H.I.E.L.D. As such, you are in possession of information not contained in any database on the planet. The security codes for the worldwide S.H.I.E.L.D. arsenal.
And you think I'm gonna hand them over to you?
You misunderstand. I am not asking.
No.
I like the representation because it's just cold and heartless.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
In this scene, Tony's armor is controlled by Ultron at this point.
Oh. Well, you got.
Tony's inside of it, and he has no control of it.
Yeah, get me out of here. To answer your question, cartoon dude, have you not heard how excited I am about the Ghostbusters cartoon? It's canon.
Oh, I did.
Fucking
I
put
just
me
don't
in,
know
man.
if you watch them now. Like,
oh yeah, fuck yeah. Oh god, yeah. The best part of the DC universe is the fucking animated shit.
this show is so good. The show is so good. Oh,
Disney XD. That's probably why I would have missed it.
yeah. Yeah. They canceled it after 5 seasons and then redid it. It was like a continuation show with different animation.
Gave it a couple years.
And although the animation was better on the sequel show, I just didn't like the storylines as much.
Well, I mean, I understand. You know, animation isn't what it used to be, even like 3-4 years ago. It's all computers now. Even the let's wrap this up because I gotta pee.
Sure, no problem. If you like what you hear, tune in every Sunday at 8 p.m. here live on YouTube. Head to shadowmoses112.com to add our accessories to your collection. And if you want to see what we're working on currently, which is a Terminator 2 arcade game, slide to our Instagram to see the current projects we're working on and see the updates that go with that. Thank you for catching us this Sunday, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Awkward wave till it